Hey everyone, the pre-patch is right around the corner. Wrath of the Lich King is about to release, and everyone's goal for the next few weeks, months, or even couple years will be to get their main or alt characters from level 70 to 80 as fast as possible. Northrend is quite different than Azeroth or even Outland when it comes to leveling. So today we're gonna be focusing specifically on the 70 to 80 side of things in Northrend and the tips that apply there. Obviously, different people will level using different methods. You have the usual solo quest leveling that most people will be doing, and you also have group dungeon farming. But no matter what leveling method you choose to go with, this video got you covered. Today, we're gonna talk about 10 important leveling tips that will help you all throughout your journey in Northrend, which will shave off hours worth of leveling time for you, with a slight focus on solo questing, as that's what most of us will be doing throughout the expansion. But while you're waiting for Wrath to release, let me show you an awesome game that you can enjoy, which is today's sponsor, Hero Wars. Hero Wars is an online action RPG where your choice isn't limited to the usual pick of elf, orc, dwarf, and so on. In Hero Wars, everyone can find a character to suit them. There's cyborgs, aliens, vampires, even fans of Worgen won't be disappointed. Personally, I've been playing this for 2 weeks now, but only managed to unlock the third one. I'll be unlocking Shaba next. He's an awesome tank who literally devours his enemies. But Celeste is the real S tier. She can switch between DPS dark form and healer light form, which makes her useful in any situation. Also, check out this sexy outfit that dropped for her. There's no equal to Hero Wars. You're gonna play it on the subway, at lectures, or even while waiting for your dungeon queue to pop up. It's very easy to start playing, but assembling a perfect team of heroes is like picking the right comp for arena. For example, Mojo the Shaman cannot heal Darkstar the Elf as efficiently as the good old Grandma Martha can, while the slow Cleaver makes a great pair with the swift Isaac. Hero Wars is a world of 6 unique modes, more than 300 Guild Wars servers, and 100 million players. You can play alone or see who among you and your friends is the top dog. By the way, here's a question for you. Where can you get 30,000 coins, 600 emeralds, and 5 awesome heroes to start dominating in Hero Wars right away? Too slow. The answer is in the link in the description below. Thanks to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's get back to Azeroth. So, first and foremost, before you even set foot in Northrend, there's a lot of stuff you can do in advance to make your journey to level 80 a lot smoother. And that mainly has to do with consumables. Probably the most important of which being Elixir of Water Walking. If you've leveled through Northrend on the beta, you may know that there's a lot of water-related quests. Be it quests that take place inside water itself, or where you'll have to traverse vast bodies of water to get to your objective. If your class has a way to allow you to walk on water to reach your destination fast, good for you. But for the majority of you, using an elixir of water walking will shave off dozens of minutes of boring swimming off of your leveling journey. Thankfully, those elixirs are not only very cheap to make, but even to buy currently. So make sure to stock up on a stack or two, and that should last you through your whole journey to 80. Another type of consumable that will shave off dozens of minutes off your time to level 80 is none other than Flasks. Flasks are not only good because they increase your damage output by a considerable amount, but their particularity is that they last through death. So you can just keep chain popping them when they're about to expire and never have to worry about anything else. Also, TBC has been running for over 2 years now, and this thankfully means that flasks have dropped in price considerably, especially when Black Temple released and the new vendor flasks were added in Chatract. Currently on my server, they're going for just 28 gold. And remember, those will last 2 hours no matter what. So I definitely suggest you get a stack or two of those. Finally, the last type of consumable I suggest you get before stepping in Northrend is healing and mana potions. As I was leveling through the beta, those potions allowed me to keep going basically infinitely. Of course, those will be a bigger hit on your gold if you start chain popping them, so I do have another nice solution for you that will cost basically nothing. And that's the PvP water, Stars tier. This water is obtained from your faction city PvP hub, and you can get 5 of them for only 2 honor. The particularity of this is that you can do what's called drink walking with them. The only other type of water that you can do this with is the mage water. So if you're a mage or have a mage buddy around you, you can get them for free. Otherwise, you can buy these for very little honor. Anyways, as I said, this allows you to do drink walking, which is basically spam using them while moving around. Not only does this mean you can drink while walking, but it also regens more mana than if you simply sat down and drank water normally. If you've been doing speedruns throughout TBC, you probably know about this. If not, there it is. This will be very useful while leveling. Finally, this is not really a consumable, but as for every new expansion before leveling, make sure your bags are as empty and tidy as possible. You'll be getting a lot of useless junk while leveling, and the last thing you want to worry about is having to stop in the middle of the road and drop stuff because your bags are full. You don't need insanely expensive bags for this. Netherweave or imbued netherweave bags will do the trick. Also, here's a free tip to get 4 bag slots for free. Make sure to have an authenticator tied to your account, because since AQ40, Blizzard allows you to get 4 bag slots for just doing that. That's not a huge amount of backspace, but it's free, so why not? Finally, if you're an oil prince, remember that the portable hole, the whopping 28 slot bag, is available for buying from Harris Pilton in Chatrat for 3k gold each. That's gonna set you off 12,000 gold for a set of 4. But yeah, also, if you're a giga oil prince, nothing is keeping you from buying the vendor mount at full price the minute you enter Dalaran at level 74. Just remember to send some gold my way if you're that rich. Okay, so you finally got everything you could get from Outland. You're full on consumables, flasks, backspace and everything. And you're finally ready to get to the boat and hop to Northrend. The first thing you should do is not go to Northrend, because believe it or not, dailies in the Isle of Caldenas do give experience, and it's not a small amount at all. They give as much XP as any other quests in Borean Tundra or Howling Fjord. And dailies in WoW are designed to be done quick and easy every day. As such, I suggest you do 1 round of the Isle of Caldenas once the max level gets increased to 80. And if you're playing on release day, you can even prepare them in advance by completing them and just turn them once you see the XP bar pop up. That's gonna give you a few bars worth of XP that you won't have to worry about later in Northrend as you're looking to move on to the next zone. And finally, let's get to Northrend and talk about it at last. Because believe it or not, Northrend is very slow to level through compared to Outland. There's a lot more quests than there is in Outland, and the fact that there's 2 starting areas isn't just there for you to choose one or the other. You will have to go through both of them eventually. Not in their entirety, but there's definitely not enough XP for you to skip Borean Tundra or Howling Fjord entirely. As such, let's talk about leveling methods, because Blizzard announced that mage farming is a thing of the past now. If you remember, at the start of TBC, it used to be a huge way to level your mage solo. But yeah, now your options are either solo questing or dungeon farming. The question is, which one of the two is more efficient? And there's no consensus in the community about this. Some think questing is gonna be faster, and some think dungeon farming with an efficient group is gonna be faster. For me, it seems like both are equally good as long as you do them efficiently. That means, if you're gonna be questing solo, make sure to use a leveling add-on that tells you where to go and what to pick. Things like Zygor or Rested XP, which are both paid add-ons by the way, will be quite good for efficient questing. But if you don't want to spend money for any add-on, the in-game quest helper is also good. You'll simply have to make your own route. By the way, a lot of people are concerned that leveling on release day is gonna be super slow because of how many people are around. And speaking from experience here, I leveled through Outland when Classic TBC released doing only quests, and it was just fine. The game was aggressively layered, and that combined with how many people were around to do elite quests with, made for a super smooth questing journey to 70. As for dungeon farming, the main thing is that you need to have a preset group ready in advance and stick together until you're all level 80. Of course, that's way harder to do and organize, but if you do really hate the old style of questing, that's the only option for you. And I know a lot of people do. Just don't go grinding dungeons with pugs, because that will take you hundreds of hours to reach level 80. Either way, whether you pick questing or dungeon farming, just make sure to always do dungeon quests when you collected all of the ones for a given dungeon. Dungeon quests give you a huge amount of XP, and whether you do set dungeon with your guild or pugs, that will be way more efficient than skipping them. Finally, here's some last tips that will help you as you're going around Northrend. Remember to use Ghetto Hearthing whenever, for example, you go to your capital city to learn new spells and your Hearthstone is on cooldown. Ghetto Hearthing basically means that you enter a dungeon like Stockades or RFC and you invite someone, give them lead and leave. This will force the game to teleport you to your Hearthstone location, free of charge and even if it's on cooldown. What you may not know though is that there's actually a macro to be able to Ghetto Hearth solo. I'll include it in the description. You may have to press it a couple times for it to work, but you'll be able to Ghetto Hearth without the help of anyone thanks to it. Speaking of learning new spells, remember that unlike Classic, in Wrath, you get new ranks of spells every single level. So make sure to hop by your capital city every time you ding if you know that there's an important spell that got unlocked. Also, if you don't want to bother putting on new ranks of spells on your bar, you can replace your spells with /cast macros, and that will always use the highest rank of said spell. It happened to me many times to use older ranks of abilities when I had learned newer ranks multiple levels ago. And of course, remember to use bank alts. Bank alts basically allow you to have infinite backspace. You have something that you don't know if it's useful or not, send it to your bank alt. Bags too full of junk, send it to your bank alt. Too many Frostweave Cloth that you don't want to throw away, bank alt. Also, remember that mail between alts is instant since TBC, so don't worry about having to wait for your mail to arrive. Once you get to level 77, remember to grab Cold Weather Flying from Dalaran. Sholazar Basin, Storm Peaks, and Ice Crown are not designed to be leveled through on foot. As such, remember to grab the flying skill at level 77 ASAP. But if you don't have enough gold for that, you can also borrow a flying mount from this NPC in K3 for free. It only goes at 150% and will only last until you disconnect, but it works and it will get you around for free. And that's about everything I have for you today. As of the time of posting this video, Wrath is still a long way off, but I figured I'd post it now for you to prepare in advance. So make sure to bookmark it and come back to it later as Wrath is getting close to refresh your memory on some of the tips mentioned here. Again, thanks to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check the game out in the link in the description. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the Classic WoW Curios channel for more content like this. My name is Numidia and I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Bye for now.